Hi folks, this is Jay. Hope you're okay today. It's good to see you. Yes, I'm still standing because Jay is unbeatable. You cannot pound him down, you cannot bully him, you cannot get him to give in. I will never, ever, ever give in. Winston Churchill said that, and well, I have that British bulldog spirit. So no atheist is ever going to try to bully me off YouTube, ever. Doesn't matter what you do or what you say, I have a heart of iron and a chin of steel. Now the question we need to ask all these atheists out there, and there have been thousands who've been trying to take me down, attack me, thousands have tried to abuse me in some way. The question we have to ask these atheists is this: why have you never been able to take Jason down, yes, in an academic debate? You see, my friends, these atheists out there have never ever played honest and true and fair. I had a wonderful debate the other day in Manchester. The young man was extremely intelligent, and he was probably one of the brightest atheists I've ever met. And we had about an hour, maybe 2 hours of debate, and it was absolutely wonderful. It was wonderful because he was intellectually honest, and I could have a real meaty intellectual debate and discussion with him, and it was absolutely wonderful. And if that guy ever sees this video, I want to thank you for that opportunity to talk with you. It was an absolute pleasure. And I've met a number of atheists in Manchester, and again I have to say we've had some tremendous debates, and I've really enjoyed them, again because they've been intellectually honest. However, the atheists on YouTube who were operating on YouTube, and I call DPR Jones, Aaron Ra, Thunderfoot, and many other atheists, are not intellectually honest. They will not have an upfront academic debate. Instead, they will allow people to try and hack me. They will allow people to abuse me. They will allow people to intimidate me. They will try to misrepresent me. But these leaders and other leaders on the atheist YouTube will never ever face me in a proper academic debate. And I'm telling you, and I really mean this, that if me and Thunderfoot had an academic debate on did Jesus rise from the dead, he would utterly fail. The same goes for Aaron Ra, the same goes for DPR Jones, the same goes if I debated all three of them. They would completely fail. Now this is an absolute fact on YouTube, that the atheist community have never ever been able to take me on. Instead, what they do is they have set up a channel where they put all my funny videos on. Nobody's put a channel up of Thunderfoot. Nobody has put a channel up of Thunderfoot and uploads his videos. Nobody puts a channel up of DPR Jones or Aaron Ra or Magic Sandwich Show, because nobody's interested in their shows or what they do, in terms of if another channel set up on behalf of them. But these atheists have set up a channel on behalf of me, and they continually post my funny videos. They have tried every tactic you can name to try and bring me down, and yet I'm still standing. I am still waiting for that academic debate with some extremely intelligent atheist on YouTube, and I'm waiting for the atheist community to show intellectual honesty. We've been waiting a long time, but hey, maybe one day they'll get their act together. They've even tried to bring in some top scholars from New York, but even they feared to take me on. The whole Magic Sandwich Show has failed and is scared to take me on. The fact of the matter is, atheist, the only way you can try and take me on is by dirty tactics. That's always been your way. And I would ask people to go and Google around and see the dirty tactics the atheists have done on me. There's a large number of their videos everywhere. But I have studied 10 years at academic level at theology, and I'm as good as any theologian on YouTube or in any university anywhere, and that's a fact. But the fact of the matter is, you cannot, you dare not, and you will not take me on in an academic way. So I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting. But there's one thing for sure. I'll not be intimidated by bullies. Every young person out there today who sees this video, listen to this. If these atheists are intellectually honest and able to deal with the questions of our time, let their main guys come and have an academic debate with me on whether Jesus Christ rose from the dead. And if none of these atheists like Thunderfoot or Iron Ra dare take me on, then you know what a bunch of liars these people are. And what they would rather do is let the small atheist try to pick me off with dirty tactics. And before the cackles and the howls come up, where is your academic paper? I will publish another part of my paper every now and again, don't you worry. I have a PhD worth of material and I will publish my paper. But there's one thing for sure. You atheists are not worthy of my time and energy and strength. And this video is saying, prove me wrong. Show me that you can engage in academic discussion and debate. Show me that you're intellectually honest like the Manchester atheist that I've met. Show me that you can take it and have a proper intellectual debate and discussion and set up a debate, academic debate with me and Iron Ra, and see who is the best, see who has the truth, see who holds the truth with evidence. Whether Jesus Christ rose from the dead. See if you've got the guts. See if you're men and women enough to take me on. See if you really do have evidence or able to debunk my evidence. See if you're able to do it. But you won't. You won't, because you're scared, you're cowards, and you engage in the most despicable ways of dealing with Christians on YouTube. You deal in the most despicable ways that is known to man. To do a debate with some of these atheists is like trying to get a gold bar out of the mountain of Pompeii. It's just impossible. The fact of the matter is, atheist, you've got to face it. The YouTube atheists are absolutely, utterly discredited. As a movement, you've been utterly discredited. The fact that you allowed the atheist to make a video about me, Anne Rand Campbell, and you as an atheist community never made a video and never came out and spoke up in our defence, the fact that you never did that shows how discredited you are. And the fact that you cannot muster anybody of ability to come and take me on in an academic debate shows what utter discredited people you are on YouTube. I have great debates in Manchester with atheists. They're great people, they're intellectually honest, and we have some great times. I've had some amazing times with some Manchester atheists. I've had 3 significant debates with a middle-aged man and a couple of young men, and they have been well informed, they have been absolutely intellectually honest, and we've had a brilliant we've had some brilliant debates and discussions. But I find that the atheists on YouTube like DPR Jones, Iron Ra and Thunderfoot and people like that, I find that these people are intellectually dishonest. They are sterile, infertile in intellectual ability, and they are not able to hold their own when challenged. I am willing to debate one of them or all three of them together. But it's time that you go away and remember that we are the ones with the evidence and you atheists aren't. You're discredited. Once and for all, you are discredited as a movement on YouTube. Utterly discredited. And it's time you give up. And it's time you close your channels down. And it's time you go home. And it's time that people around the world realize what a discredited movement you are. You can prove us wrong by coming out and dealing with us in a proper, honest, intellectual way. But the fact that you won't do that is a proof how despicable, how moronic, how pathetic, how infertile you are as intellectuals. I wouldn't call you intellectuals. I would just call you people with small minds doing small things on YouTube, unable to hold your own with men who can hold their own, unable to deal with scholars, but instead making silly videos, doing silly things, instead of dealing in a real way, in a real honest way with people who can bring stuff to the table and match you pound for pound. I can match any of your people pound for pound in New Testament theology. Did Jesus Christ rise from the dead? I can match any of your scholars anywhere around the world. Anywhere. You prove me wrong. I'll debate any of your atheist scholars anywhere around the world, and I'll debate them even on YouTube, and they would not win because they haven't got the intellectual ammunition needed to win such a debate. And it's as simple as that. As far as I'm concerned, you're discredited, and the way you've treated me is absolutely despicable. How dishonest you have been is beyond words. How vile and disgusting you've been to me, it is beyond words. It is so shocking one cannot even begin to mention it. And it's time you shut up and go home, because I beat you, I won you, you've been thoroughly routed, and that's the end of it. Not one atheist scholar, not one atheist group was able to intellectually take me on and beat me. That's how pathetic you have been as atheists. Thank God there are some decent atheists in Manchester worthy of debate. Take care.